Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better, who do it better? Get top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Pope, your host that do the most. Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show. We got to talk, black people. We have to talk. This is getting way too out of control. It's getting tiresome. It's getting ridiculous. It's making me look bad. You look bad. For the ones that don't do the race baiting, for the ones that understand certain things, just reality, facts of things, and that it has nothing to do with race. And the ones that understand too, that black people, we've already won the race war. If you don't walk outside your door and face everyday racism, face real life racism when you walk outside your house because due to the color of your skin, then please knock it off with calling everything racist. It's going down, it trickles down to the kids. You got kids that don't know nothing about racism, starting to look at their white friends and their white friends looking at their black friends differently and Mexican friends. That's all because of the parents and what's going on in the household who constantly feed into these racial idolatries. Is just insanity that we would sit here and even think that the NFL was being racist to Shedeur Sanders, who's the son of Deion Sanders, who's a Hall of Fame legend player for real, who made the NFL a lot of money. The NFL made him a lot of money. He made them a lot of money. And right now, as we speak today, we see certain things happen right in front of our face, and we still scream racism. They picked a black quarterback, the first pick of the draft. In the last 5 picks of the draft in the last 4 or 5 years, I'm saying first picks. What was it? Caleb Williams last year, the year before that. Who was it? Was it Bryce Young? And then right after him, it was what's the kid name on Texans? It slipped my mind. But bunch of black quarter, more than half the league, if not half the league of the NFL starting quarterbacks is black. The highest paid players in the NFL is black. It was a bunch of black people drafted. That's what I mean. It's delusional. There's no evidence. There's all evidence actually pointing that they're not racist and they against black quarterbacks or black confident young men, players, whatever the case may be. That's just asinine. The whole Caitlin Clark, people can't accept Caitlin Clark because she white. They can't appreciate her greatness because she white. Black people, certain black people. They can't big her up and give her love, and where it's just due. Not just because you should just give it to her just because. No, I'm not saying that. It's just due. She's earned it. She you can clearly see she's blessed and highly favored. You can clearly see it. But yeah, because she's not black, you can't embrace her. You can't appreciate. That's insanity. You make stuff up. You rather go for an Angel Reese who can't make layups on a consistent basis. You rather root for Angel Reese because she black. Shedeur Sanders, he got so many things that he was doing wrong. His father doing wrong. So many things they both was doing wrong on the route to the NFL. It's ridiculous. It's like, come on, man. You can't look in the mirror and have no accountability. And nobody, y'all act like y'all just watched him on the football field. Don't tell me you didn't watch Shedeur Sanders sit there and taunt and be be a bad leader for the Colorado Buffs, sit there and hold the ball forever. If you know football, don't act like you didn't see Shedeur Sanders doing a whole lot. Walking up to people on the field, putting his watch in their face. More concerned with rap music and all of that type of stuff. Have to have the camera in his face 24/7, trying to go viral. His dad is a big presence in itself to where they don't want to have to deal with that type of headache. His dad is a legendary great for real. And so if he get to saying something, he's very boisterous, very opinionated. If he get to saying stuff in the media about the coach or the franchise or any of those type, the GM or whatever, that's going to go bad. That's going to be all bad. Don't no franchise want to have to deal with that, especially when your son is not top-tier talent. It's not the triple T's. Top-tier talent. It's not him. He has talent. He's not no scrub-a-dub-dub. Bubbles in a tub. But for sure, he not triple T. I mean, all the evidence of that is out there. Stats will lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, if you didn't watch, if you just looking at the stat sheet, then you could be fooled. You'll be like, whoa, 74% completion percentage. I mean, 5,000 yards. I mean, you wouldn't understand, especially if you don't understand football. But the NFL scouts, they do. I do. I knew he wasn't like that. He got an arm, but it's a lot more than just having a big arm. And he don't even have a big arm. But he do. Some people say he don't have a big arm, but I would say he has closer to a big arm than not. He can get that ball down the field. It's his mental makeup, his character, his on-field reads, knowing things heavy. He's never even been in a situation like the NFL to where he's coming from under center. All he ran is spread offense and bubble screens. He don't understand. It's been now reported that a lot of GMs and people was doing a whiteboard with Sheduer, and he didn't know what to do. It was scribble scrabble. They were sitting back looking like, oh, you're not that bright, I see. Oh, you only know this one little thing that your dad has been teaching you all your life. So, yeah, that's a hit. So that starts to go into, oh, that's why you took a lot of sacks as well. You don't know how to read the defense for real. Yeah, that's wildly reported now that a lot of GMs and things was giving him whiteboard work, and he didn't know how to work it. On top of a lot of other things, sandbagging the interview. Chris Carter said he's been told that he sandbagged a lot of the interviews, feeling like what team he didn't want to go to. He didn't even really give it no. Like you, and y'all wonder why? This is crazy, black people. It's crazy. I got to bring up Jason Whitlock. I got to bring up how he was talking about how black people now you can't criticize a black person no more, or it's racist. If you criticize a black person, you'll be considered a racist. And that's where I'm just like, man, we have lost our way, and that we need to be coddled and we need to it's disgusting. I'm lost the word. I'm gonna let Jason Whitlock cook up from here, and I'll chime back in.
Anything that happens to black people, they've been programmed, trained, brainwashed into, well, it's racism. And this never happened to white people. No one anonymously ripped Baker Mayfield.
He killed me with that voice.
And Johnny Manziel. You know why? Because white and black people put their name on the criticism of Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. No one had to do it in high. fighting because you can rip Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield by name without being called racist.
Mm-hmm.
And so Baker Mayfield had to go through the proper process of getting shredded for a bad attitude, failing in Cleveland, and then rebuilding himself, remaking himself into a quarterback that's a starting quarterback and one of the top 12, 15 quarterbacks in the NFL, and seen as the franchise quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Baker Mayfield had to get real in his relationship with God. And he's talked about that. And he's rebuilt himself. But we're not going to let Shedeur Sanders go through that process, because we're going to write off any criticism of Tupac Shadur. Well, that's just racist. And clowns like Ryan Clark are going to call people out and call them racist and make it impossible for Shedeur Sanders to have to deal with the reality that he made a fool of himself. He hasn't carried himself in a responsible fashion that's demonstrated or shown him to be a leader. But I want you to listen to the buffoonery of what Ryan Clark just said about, oh God, no one anonymously criticized Johnny Manziel. Didn't have to. I'm gonna play you 3 minutes of Merril Hoge on camera using his real name, shredding Johnny Manziel. Play the clip.
First, you look at two things, is he a good decision maker? And even with that, there's layers in it. Is he a quick decision maker or just a good one? Okay, so there's different degrees in that. I think he's a horrendous decision maker. Is he accurate? All levels of there. Is he completing passes, or does he throw it where a guy can run after the catch? Does he play within the structure of the offense? Does he understand pass protection and blitzes and where he must go with the football? Can he throw it into voids and throw it with anticipation? All of these things I've just described, scale from 1 to 10, he would be a 0 to a 1 on all those categories. I find him to be reckless as a player. And that is very disturbing when you transition to the National Football League. When you're running around and you have no business running, the ball should have come out. You're okay. You win Heisman trophies in college for doing that. In National Football League, you do that, you're going to come back to huddle. And I got 5 grown men blocking for me. And you were making me look, I'm giving up sacks. I'm not going to like that, son. The next time you do that, they're not going to bust you in half. I'll bust you in half. And then when I got a dig route wide open and you don't throw it to me, the wide receiver's not going to come back and go, hey, that's all right, kid, next time. Throw the ball to me. You get it, or I'll bust you in half. So,
hey, hold on. What he just said right there, especially about the lineman going to be mad. Like, man, listen, I'm blocking and you making me look bad by holding on to the ball. You would think he talking about Sheduer. Now, imagine if he wasn't talking about Johnny Manziel right now. Because everything he's saying sounds like he's talking about Sheduer, like he's evaluated Sheduer. This is all of that grades are definitely Shedeur Sanders. With everything he just said, man, was spot on, and the fact that he held the ball too long and all of that, and this is spot on. And the receiver is gonna be hot. You used to see Travis Hunter used to be hot about a lot, hot about a lot. Travis Hunter was on them sidelines because Sheduer either holding the ball too long, not getting rid of it, not doing a check down. Travis used to go crazy.
Well, forget about what the defense is going to do to you. You cannot play with poor structure like that and survive and win any respect with your team. Now, I have not seen a game where he shows any sign of those qualities being able to transition to the National Football League. We talked about expectations. His skill set will never withstand the enormous pressure that's going to be required from people are talking the first pick overall or a top 10 to build a franchise, a team around with his poor skill set. It will crumble. It will crush him. Just the expectations based on the poor skill set he has.
So you are going bust.
If he's a first round, shoot, even like really a top 3 rounds, he's a 5th or 6th round grade. If you have a compensatory pick, grab him there, but not in the first round.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Are you saying that Johnny Manziel may not even be worth a pick in the first 3 rounds?
Oh, I wouldn't. The project is so massive. There are so many major flaws.
So what are your thoughts about people who believe he should be the first overall pick in the draft?
Listen, obviously it's not a perfect science, but I think people who will take him in the first round.
I'm saying first overall.
If you took him first overall, I would think that staff would be gone in 2 years, and whoever made that pick be gone in 2 years.
And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly, even Johnny Manziel was gone after a few years. So he was spot on with his evaluation. And the twist about this is that Johnny Manziel was a number 1 overall pick. Now, the difference is Johnny Manziel beat Alabama twice. He made noise. He was balling in college, like leading Mississippi. What team? Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I believe he went to. Yes. Make them relevant. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they had winning seasons while he was there. For real. Not no fluky winning season, because Texas A&M was in the SEC, not no Big 12 playing against Rutgers and UCF and Baylor. No, man. Johnny Manziel was facing top-tier talent, triple T's, and he was making them look silly. Now, what Merril Hodges is talking about is definitely he looking at it on you can get away with that in college, but if you doing all of that running around and that's not going to work in the NFL. Holding the ball, that's not going to work in the NFL. So the scouts, like he said, you draft him in the first round, you should be fired. And look, was he right? He was all the way right. Johnny Manziel doesn't have a job in this league. Okay, he should be playing in the league. So yeah, if a kid who you pick number 1 overall, he's not even in the league no more. Yeah, you evaluated him definitely wrong. And if you would have made that mistake with Shedeur Sanders and picked him anywhere in the first round, you'd have been fired as well. So this same thing could have been said for Shedeur Sanders. And it's crazy to me that nobody, I mean, damn near nobody has said these things about Shedeur Sanders and his football play and his IQ, especially how it wouldn't translate to the NFL the way it worked for him in college.
You don't make that pick based on the other players that are available to you. You make that pick, we got to question your evaluating players and their transition and their ability to transition to the National Football League very highly.
Hello.
You're not going to like what I'm about to say.
Say it, Jay.
And not going to apologize for it. What Ryan Clark, Stephen A. Smith, Mel Kiper, many of these people, and I like Louis Riddick, but he tiptoed all around this weekend, didn't want to, really address this head on. But what they're really doing, insane with their actions, is white boys get treated like men.
Sheesh.
Black boys get treated like babies. Babies get coddled.
Yes, they do.
Babies get handled delicately.
Yes, they do.
And so Shedeur Sanders at 21, 22, 23 years old, treat him like a baby, coddle him. He can't handle the truth. Whereas white boys, people are, hey, you're joining the NFL, you're a man now, and we're going to treat you like a man. And we're going to talk to you and talk about you like you're a grown man. These guys want young black men treated as babies. Coddle them. Don't tell them the truth. They can't handle the truth. Don't you understand? This is just a little black baby. He doesn't know his daddy. His mama took him to the beauty salon and got his hair braided every weekend. This is a child. This is a baby. coddle him. We're going to treat white boys like young men. And we're going to welcome them into the fraternity of men. And in the fraternity of men, there's a coarseness that we must treat each other with for iron to sharpen iron. But these black boys, they're babies. They're fragile. They wear big gold chains because they're so insecure that any room that they walk into, they must let everybody know, look at how much money I got. Whereas men walk into a room, properly programmed men walk into a room, and they want to say, look at how much God I got.
Amen.
We're not letting black men develop into men. We're keeping them coddled with excuses. It's all a big lie, a big hoax that's been pulled off for 2 straight years. Mel Kiper, Rachel Maddow of the Sheduer hoax. Everything ESPN's doing, troublesome, racially divisive. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, man, go ahead and hit the like button over there. Go subscribe to Jason Whitlock and all that good stuff. Again, it's troublesome, man. It's troublesome. I can't say it enough. I had to bring that up. He said it perfectly. I mean, we getting coddled. We got to coddle these kids. A white analyst, professional analyst, journalist, reporter, they can't report on black athletes, like just tell the truth about how they feel or how they assess the situation without getting called racist. But when they do it to a white boy, it's all good, which is, it should be all good all the time. Nobody's trying to attack nobody's color of their skin when they evaluating their talent. They're not taking in consideration, I'm going to bash this player's talent and make up things that's not true because they're black. No, man, that's not it. So again, please, we got to stop playing the victimhood. We got to start being smarter when we see the mainstream media trying to push these narratives, trying to race bait us, to divide us. We got to understand and open our eyes, ears, mind, heart to know, oh, no. That's false. That's false. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. Y'all trying to program us to divide, to keep us hating each other and dividing each other so we will never overthrow the government. Because as long as we divide it, they can always overpower us. But if we come together like butt cheeks, it ain't no telling what we'll be able to accomplish and get done. You understand? It's good versus evil, not black versus white. Wake up, people. Let me know what y'all think in the comment. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.